The Voice in the Wilderness. The sun was setting over the Jordan River, casting golden light over the banks where John the Baptist had spent his days baptizing and calling people to repentance. Crowds still came to him, though fewer than before. A quiet tension had begun to rise among his followers. One afternoon, as John rested under a fig tree, a dispute broke out between some of his disciples and a Jewish man about ceremonial cleansing. The conversation quickly turned toward a man across the river, Jesus of Nazareth, who had also begun baptizing. "Rabbi," one of John's disciples said, frustration in his voice, "that man who was with you on the other side of the Jordan, the one you testified about, look, he is baptizing, and everyone is going to him." John looked at them calmly. There was no envy in his eyes. He knew exactly who he was and who he wasn't. "A person can receive only what is given them from heaven," he said. "You yourselves can testify that I said, 'I am not the Messiah, but I am sent ahead of him.'" He leaned forward and continued, "The bride belongs to the bridegroom. The friend who attends the bridegroom waits and listens for him, and is full of joy when he hears the bridegroom's voice. That joy is mine, and it is now complete." Then, with humility and clarity, John said the words that would echo through the ages. "He must become greater. I must become less." The disciples grew quiet. They began to understand. John was never the center of the story. He was the messenger, the voice in the wilderness. And he continued, "The one who comes from above is above all. The one who is from the earth belongs to the earth and speaks as one from the earth. But the one who comes from heaven is above all." In that moment, John's disciples saw a new kind of leadership, one not driven by jealousy or pride, but by the deep understanding of divine purpose. Moral of the story: true greatness isn't about keeping the spotlight. It's about knowing when to step aside so that the light of truth can shine brighter. As John said, "He must increase, but I must decrease." John 3:30.